this, and that. So now that that is complete, I'm confident that we'll see the other repairs as well.
Let me just give folks who haven't gone yet, then we'll get to you. Anna. Marilyn, you want?
Yeah. Good evening, everybody. I'm a resident of not Buckeye, but Woodland Hills, which surrounds all the entire area. I'm also their community leader, and I sit on many boards. It's wonderful. I haven't had a tour of your store yet, but it's amazing. I was a frequent shopper at the other store that's no longer there, and I got lots of questions. So let me start with question number one. Question number one. There are residents that do walk to the store, a very big apartment complex. And one of the things that was in the store that I'm concerned about was banking. Now, they had banking in that store as well as being a grocery store. And I was wondering, how is that going to affect, and this is a big thing for some of the residents in that particular building, because not only did they shop at that store, they did their banking there, their pharmacy was there, all of that in one location. So when you do come to Buckeye, how are you going to accommodate the residents as far as that is concerned?
Hi, my name is Famid, and I'm owner of Buckeye Plaza, Buckeye Salmon Supermarket. And I think this is a very genuine and very interesting, good question. And by having that thing in mind, to have a full line of supermarket, including the pharmacy and the banking side, to have, yes.
Oh, they are?
Yes. So we are in negotiation with Charter One.
Okay.
And we have planning our best to have pharmacy in place, including bank when we open. So that is already planned. We are not changing whatever is there, but you will have a much better customer experience and service. That's our promise.
And I do believe in keeping your promise.
We are going to change anything over there, except we're going to more clean, new equipment, new floors, new lighting.
Hey,
It
John.
look like a brand new. When
Hey,
you walk
John.
in, you will see the big difference day and night.
Got a quick correction, and I'm going to you.
Real quickly, planning to take our Pastor Jimmy Gates of Daniel Baptist Church. My church is in Mount Pleasant. I live in Mount Pleasant. I work in Mount Pleasant, which is right around the corner from Buckeye. So I'm very, very encouraged. I've been working with this young man, talking to him since April about the store. So I've been out there quite a bit. But I want to help him out with Charter One. Charter One is contractually obligated to certain stores, just as Giant Eagle before. I don't want to mention that name.
Right.
Because I led the picket against them.
I know.
So Huntington in that store has a contractual obligation. Charter One was going to leave there anyway.
Okay.
Now, I'm not sure if they're going to come back, but I have been talking with the group that was there, the bank manager that was there. I've got his card. We are in conversation, but they are not obligated to do it. They are working with some things. But as I said to both of them, we do need some financial institutions in that facility for those very reasons that you talked about.
And we are trying for that from day one.
Okay.
We are the promise.
Got back here.
How everybody doing? I'm a resident of Euclid. My name is Latrice. I have a question. I know usually, like, a lot of the single parent stuff go in grocery shop, and a lot of the, so you do transportation just for seniors, or it has to be a certain amount to get a ride home? Because that's how some of the carts come up missing, because they don't have rides. So what they do is push the carts. So they push the carts because they don't grocery shop more than what they expected. And now the stores become, shorter carts because there's no transportation. So is it a certain limit, or the ride is just for the seniors?
Did everybody hear that question?
Yeah.
Okay.
We are doing like, if anybody purchases like $75 or more, we are doing. But if anybody requests lower than that, we can be able to do. That's not a probably never refuse anybody.
That's a nice service.
You know, you see your cart down at Popeye's Chicken or something.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Hattie Dunn, and I've lived in the Buckeye Woodland area for 32 years. I've seen at the plaza, Fazio, John Eagles, Tops, about 6 or 7 grocery stores. And my question is to you, Mr. Simon, are you going to commit to stay with us? Or are you going to need to? And the next question I need to ask Mr. Simon, would you please consider, I live in St. Luce Manor, a senior building. Would you please consider hiring at least a couple seniors in the store?
I grant your application. That's no problem. Okay. I know many chains came like Tops, Giant Eagle, and some individual owner also came. They're gone. The reason is there because the Giant Eagle Tops, they're not inner city stores. They don't know how to run the inner city stores. They don't know what the customer needs. Originally, when I opened the store, the Giant Eagle gave me the reset. I changed everything. For example, if we start with the aisle 1, they gave me the green. I can put like 3-bunch collar, 3-bunch of mustard and turnip. One customer grab is empty. If you go there, I know you see the 8 feet up and down is the green. I know my customer what they need. But they need the spare ribs, the pork neck bone, the pork chops, how spread I gave. They don't know what the customer needs in a city store. They're not for the inner city. So I hope I will be stay there. You will see when we open how nice the store and what the department is.
And I have an additional quick comment on that. My name is Roger. I work at the county public health agency, and we did a lot of work supporting the implementation of this store. And I think one thing that was really clear around why revenues in this store have been really well for the first year was this broad kind of community organizing process where we engaged about 500 residents in that process. And so residents were heard, and the store was set up to their liking. And I think that really helped customers come, because it's got the goods that people want. And so I do think that's why I'm excited that Councilperson Griffin is here, Martha Fields, the city of Cleveland, and Buckeye folks are here, but really pushing so that this process is very public and very transparent. I think we're taking steps, but I do think having forums in Buckeye is going to help stabilize and hold Simon and Tom accountable to staying there and doing well by the residents. It'll be a win-win.
And Roger, just got to add to that, because I know Ms. Dunn is part of that committee. Just so that you know, this is one portion. There is also a group that has been meeting for about a year. Am I right, Ms. Dunn? It's about a year, Ms. Mays. There's a group that's been meeting for about a year when that store closed. I'm boycotting them too, Reverend Gates. But when that store closed, that have been meeting. So at some point in time, I know that we've looked at meeting with each other. They're also a group that really needs to be engaged. So I know Ms. Mays is a part of that group, and Ms. Dunn and a couple of other folks. The reason they couldn't be here tonight is because, one, we wanted to respect the Euclid residents, because I know that this is Councilwoman Hill's show. But number two, they have networking night tonight. So there is a group that is in place to do that type of engagement on a broader base. And they actually also just applied for a grant that I believe Director Collier and Ms. Hill have recommended that we could utilize in order to try to make sure we have a good, strong community engagement process. So this is just one first step, just to let you know.
My name is Diane Friday. I'm a resident of
I've been taking care of her for the last year and a half, and she has sent me over here to shop for her. She loves pig ears, pig feet, home. And I'm telling her, you know, where are you going to get that from? They have everything she needs, even though she doesn't need it. They have everything that she wants, and that's unique too, because like we go to other stores and have to keep shopping and shopping because they don't have, you know, what you want. But being in Buckeye area, I'm glad that you all are coming. My question to the mission charge, the last thing we heard was State Community Credit Union was coming. Okay. And the only last thing I just want to say is that, you know, we want to work with you all. You know, I like what you have here, and we're hoping that we'll have that in addition.
As we mentioned that from day one, we are in the process of bringing a financial institution there along with the pharmacy. So at first we started working with community, and our process continued for like at least a month or so, where they recently told us that based on their feasibility of expansion, right now they are not ready to move on with that. So at the same time, we're working with a couple of other candidate institutions. And as I mentioned, we promised we will try our best to have a financial institution for our customers in
As she mentioned about the product line, the merchandise we have, that's actually the model of my business is. I tell all my employees who work here, if one customer requests for any item, you have to inform me. I bring whatever the customer requests, even though single request, I bring the merchandise. It's okay if it's going to expire, you can throw it, that makes the customer happy. And sometimes it's a very good benefit for the business, that product is sent. Without listening to the customer, we don't know what the customer needs. And many items we have, I just put in my store with the customer request, and we're making the sale on it. That's what business model is actually.
back here.
Good evening. I'm from the Buckeye Community 128 Precinct Committee. I had stopped shopping at Giant Eagle. and I know I got to bring this up because a lot of people stopped going there for a couple of reasons. I don't know what you're going to do, but be mindful of it. They felt they were being harassed by aggressive panhandlers. They came out of the store. And then the other one was you had people who made a living of stealing stuff out of there. They stand out there, tell you what you want. They go in there and steal it, and then sell it to you. That had to have a huge impact on their bottom line. So what kind of things are you going to do with the Cleveland Police Department or with the councilman to make sure people aren't harassed, the aggressive panhandlers aren't there, and you don't have that theft? So that discourages a lot of people and then go somewhere else.
Thank you very much for bringing these very key points to us, which pretty much were the main reasons of failures of previous businesses over there. And this is kind of like a common feedback we're getting from a lot of other people we're communicating at this time. So at first, from mitigating, we cannot eliminate stealing, but we try to mitigate it. And for that, we're bringing in certain measures like where we will try to have a common entrance and exit rather than which was the model before where they have an entrance separate and exit at a separate location. We will have more control on our customers who are coming in, and they will see like there is a proper security mechanism, which as you mentioned, we will be talking to our council person and definitely to the police department to have a proper security in place, and we try to have that enforced over there for the security and safety of not only the business as well as our customers. And we are a very strong proponent of the safety and security of the neighborhood and the businesses of the neighborhood. And the second thing that you mentioned for panhandling, definitely we also heard about that, and we thinking like again it is not we as a business owner, we cannot do anything directly about that. So it's again a teamwork where we need community, city, and security officials, and the I believe the landlord itself. So we all need to work together to have that thing be eliminated from here. So that's our plan.
All right, time check, y'all. There are refreshments here, so we're gonna get to that. Let's go. Are there any more questions? Yes, more. Okay. Go, Maryland.
I just have one more thing. I would be amiss if I didn't mention that I am part of also Hip Cuyahoga and Healthy Eating Active Living. I've heard a lot of talk about the pork, which some of that stuff I do admit I have to eat too, but I'm so concerned about, we talk a lot about healthy eating and active living. So fresh fruits and vegetables is such a big thing in our community. And by being a food desert, health disparities is a big issue in our area, Buckeye area too. So the fresh fruits and vegetables, I would like to see more of that when you do come to Buckeye. Also, I was thinking too, could there possibly be, because a lot of young, especially young mothers, do not know how to prepare some of the fruits and vegetables. Could there possibly be a way that maybe once a month or twice a month, you might have a cooking demo? You know, I'd be more than happy to come in and do that since I am part of PL, and I have to give a shout out to, and because it's a very important thing. Health disparities is such a big issue in the area where I live, so I would like to see that going on in your store.
Thank you. That is a very good point that you brought up. And the tour that Ms. Gordon was talking about kind of incorporated that. So what they brought in someone from the health department that because there's a lot of people in the area suffering from diabetes. And so basically that's what she's saying. They took them on a tour. They showed these are the types of products that you should be purchasing to help lower your cholesterol, you know, monitor your sugar levels and things of that nature, but also knowing how to shop, how to stand away from certain things. And again, I thought it was a good thing that they were willing to bring someone in that wasn't associated with the store to come and actually teach back to the residents. So I'm sure that that will be something that will be offered at the Buckeye store as well. So thanks for putting that on the radar.
And Maryland did mention real quick that HIT Cuyahoga, the Health Improvement Partnership Cuyahoga. And I would just know we got folks' contact information, and there is a supermarket coalition through HIT Cuyahoga where we're building a county-wide strategy to figure out how can we implement high-quality supermarkets in low-income neighborhoods across our county. And so we'll definitely let y'all know and keep you informed about that organizing and about the policies that we're putting out there. But this, what's happening in Euclid, what's happening in Buckeye, those are great models where we can really make the case that supermarkets can thrive in low-income neighborhoods. High-quality supermarkets can absolutely thrive.
Okay, this is a very important question. I'm a four-time cancer survivor, right? And I know usually people get sick and not able to go to or grocery store or don't have families to shop for them. So would you guys have a program to where we can call in and get our orders together and drop them off or something? Because sometimes people don't have it, you know, and they need groceries. So would you make that available?
Thank you very much for this very important question, and actually that is also part of our vision, where we are planning to bring, as it's part of our expansion plan, where we're planning to have different services, which start from box, buy online, pick up in store, and also we in our future upcoming plans we have online purchasing as well, where you order online and it will be delivered. So they are in plan, but as I said, it would be part of our expansion, and we definitely would be happy to serve in that. Yep.
Right. Time check, we're about on time. I know we got some delicious refreshments over here, and I do want to shout out to Tina for all the work that she did, as well as all the Simon Supermarket employees who put a lot of work into that. I hope you know we're giving them love as well. Any final comments before we wrap this thing up?
So we do have refreshments, as Roger said. I hope that you stick around, mingle, enjoy the refreshments, but ask questions. We'll still be here, continue to speak to the panel up here. What I do want to say is, you know, you think about customer service. I work in the customer service field during my day job, and I am big on service. And my husband will tell you, if I will walk out in a minute. It has to be right. It gets on his nerves because I hold the standard high. But you get that when you come into Simon. The girls are always greeting you. I probably have longer conversations with those ladies up there at the cash register than I do with probably my hairdresser sometimes. But they will sit, they will talk to you, they're engaging. And so these are the things that you have to look forward to. For Euclid and Buckeye residents alike, please fill out the suggestion cards. Do not, I tell people all the time, do not suffer in silence. If it's something that you need, something that you desire, put it on there. Let them know this is what we require. As a community, as residents, we should be setting the standard. And then we hold our business owners accountable. Lucky for us, we have someone that is willing to partner with us to make sure that the things that we desire are here. Now, I don't eat pig feet, tails, black-eyed peas, chitlins. I don't want none of that. My husband's upset because I won't cook those things. But for those of us that do, it's nice to know that we have a grocer, as Simon stated, that understands the inner city, that understands what it is that we desire as a community. So again, I just want to thank you all for coming out. Thank you so much for participating in this. And then we'll let them say some final comments. And then again, we're going to mingle for the next 30 minutes or so and enjoy some of these refreshments. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman Hill. Councilwoman Hill deserves a lot of credit for helping to organize events like this, being a constant promoter of Simon and Euclid Avenue and her ward, but also the whole city. I want to thank you once again for coming out. I want to wish Simon happy anniversary. We wish you many more successful years here in Euclid. And I want to thank, the partnership that made this happen, the County Board of Health and Roger especially, the Food Coalition, the Food Finance Fund. I want to thank our City Council who supported the block grant. It really is a partnership, and I know we are working very hard to make sure Euclid is a great place to live, work, and visit. I know Cleveland is working on, and especially Councilman Griffin working on making his ward and the city of Cleveland a great place. These things happen because we work together. And so it's really a great testament to Simon, to our residents, to our city council, to community partnerships that made this happen today. Most importantly, a resident asked, how will we know you'll stay? The only way he can stay and be successful is if residents support our local businesses. We need to shop in our neighborhoods. We need to support them because they're supporting us. And so please shop at local stores and they will be successful. So congratulations. We look forward to many more years of success.
Just a couple of things that I want you to make sure you recognize. I think that you brought up some good points. I took some notes that are here today around safety and security. A couple of nuances that you might want to recognize. Simon is moving into that property as a tenant. There is actually a property owner that is there now. So some of those quality of life and safety and security issues are not just going to be the police department's responsibility, but we'll be engaging that owner around lighting, around specificity, around security, and those kind of issues. I think we also need to make sure that we recognize that, and I've asked Simon this several times, that I think this store is probably about 30,000 square feet. That Giant Eagle location is approximately 56,000 square feet. So some of those things that you're asking about around community space, around cooking demonstrations, Miss Brady, I'm putting her on the spot, and Miss Marilyn and all of these folks, I think that we do have a good opportunity to look at some of those things. So maybe as we move forward, I'll reach out to some city folks about what we can do to make that happen. And then last but not least, I'm glad that Director Collier and our city planner, Marka Fields, is here. This is not just something that we want to try to make sure that we have a great grocery store, because that's one part of it. But we want to have a thriving district that is an age-friendly community, that you can feel safe, that you can walk to the store, that you have the amenities that you need in place there. And to Bob's point, I need you to look at this overall footprint of the Buckeye Shaker Woodland Hills area, and how we can make sure that entire experience, walking to the store, biking to the store, making sure that we have safe routes for people to walk. We have safe routes for children. We need to look at safe routes for seniors that they're able to go back and forth with. So we're going to be looking at that overall plan. So I don't want you just to think about how Simon looks in that store and in that market and that plaza, but how it fits into the overall plan of the Buckeye Shaker and Woodland Hills area, and what we need to do to make sure that it connects with the growing senior population and the things that we're doing over there. We lost 42% population in that area over 10 to 15 years. Now it's about to be a lot more people coming in there. In St. Luke's Manor alone, we have several hundred seniors that live there. So we need to look at how we need to make this fit to the overall footprint of that area. So thank you all for coming out. Once again, I can't thank the Buckeye Shaker residents, Woodland Hills residents for coming out. Can't thank you enough. And thank you so much, Mayor Hussain Miguel, and one of my new favorite council people, Ms. Hill, for inviting us out today. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm really appreciate bottom of my heart. I've been getting very good feedback for my business. I can stay strong in the business with the help of the community. If they keep shopping over here, I will stay in the business. That's all go with the community if they keep shopping. I'm really appreciate. Thank you very much for everybody.
I'd like to thank everyone for coming out, and thank all of my residents for coming out and supporting Simon. I thank Buckeye residents because y'all did a fantastic job. Thank y'all so much.
I'd like to stand and say thank you, Euclid Hillville, for a big turnout. It has been really nice that we all backed up and stuck together. Because considering our meetings there at the villa, this is totally different. Thank you for coming, and welcome Buckeye for coming.